Hey everybody, this is Randy Pearson with Gordon Marketing, and this is another episode of Selling Life and Annuities. And today we've got Brady Doppler in here, and he's going to be talking about why you need to add PreNeed to your practice.
What is PreNeed?
So PreNeed is a pre-planned funeral.
How many people like to talk about that?
More than you think.
No, I'm sure.
More than you think. It's actually a brand new program that we just started 3 months ago, and we are having tremendous success with. When somebody actually pre-plans for a funeral, right, and especially with Legacy of Love and the benefits that you get, they refer that to other people, right? They refer you over. When something happens that is on a strict schedule and handled like Legacy of Love handles it, it's very rewarding for that family.
I'm going to tell you,
look into things.
I'll share a quick story. So when my grandmother passed away, she was 83, and we were in the church, and we were listening to the organ being played.
Sure.
And it was my grandma. She had recorded all of the music.
Wow.
She had the limo, everything paid for. She had a list of instructions. So, here, and I started actually to kind of laugh. Like, I was really sad.
Yeah.
But they said that's grandma playing. And I just thought, that is so smart. Because nobody at that time is going to want to mess with what kind of music should we play at grandma's funeral.
That's right.
She knew what she wanted. She had it laid out. So that's what this is.
Sure. Yeah, in a sense, right? It's planning so your family beneficiaries don't have to.
Yeah.
For agents tuning into the show, many of them, certainly like myself before I learned about PreNeed and our program, Legacy of Love, might think that this type of planning has to take place at the funeral home. Is that the case with this program?
It is not the case. That's actually one of the cool things about the program is that if you buy a Legacy of Love policy, it travels with you. So you're not tied to a specific funeral home like you would traditionally.
I was going to say, and that's how other programs work, right? Like if I buy something with this funeral home and I move to Arizona and this is in Minnesota, I have to go back to get my benefit,
not
right?
only are you stuck with that funeral home, but that funeral home is essentially doing the same thing that we are doing. They are selling you a policy.
Right.
That funeral home will own that policy. That funeral home will be the beneficiary on that policy. That funeral home will take part in the growth of that policy, not so much the insured.
So the Legacy of Love, though, that's not the case.
That's exactly right. Yeah, you're giving everything. A client is taking advantages of the benefits of pre-planning and avoiding the negative aspects.
So Brady, you were just talking about the policy. So for the folks watching, what type of product is being sold in this program?
So in its most simple form, it is an increasing face amount, limited pay, guaranteed issue, whole life product.
Say that 5 times really fast.
I can't. I really can't. It's a limited pay, guaranteed issue, increasing face amount, whole life policy.
So
it's guaranteed issue, so my ears always perk up to that.
That's right.
It keeps
absolutely.
it easy.
That's right.
And the first thing that I start thinking about is easy to write, right? I mean,
It is very easy.
Yeah. Like how long is the application on this product?
The application is 2 pages, and you have about 4 pages of actual planning that needs to take place, which is what this is going to help you with. This is a binder that we created as a team here at Gordon Marketing that will walk an agent through a sale. Okay, so this will walk you through pre-planning a funeral.
Exactly. So that sounds complicated. Is it complicated?
It is not complicated. It is not complicated at all when you sit down with somebody with the information that we have in this binder and actually go through the steps, right? What do you want here?
Could somebody be cremated with this?
Of course. You can do it any way you'd like. You could
Okay.
plan to shoot your ashes off into space.
Nice.
Very creative. So what is the process? If an agent is interested in participating in the program, what do they need to do? How do you get started with this program called Legacy of Love?
So the main first step that an agent needs to take is to call me. Okay? It is different than every other life insurance sale out there. And I will say it is more rewarding than a lot of life insurance sales out there, especially 3 to 4 times more rewarding for an agent than a final expense type of sale. So the first step that it would take somebody to get involved with Legacy of Love is call me, email me, send me a fax, whatever you need to do to get a hold of me. I can have that conversation and
So
get you
put
set up.
something in the comments if this sounds like a new avenue, a new source of income for you.
When I think rewarding, I think about how gratifying it is when you can help consumers accomplish their goals. In this instance, pre-planning their funeral. But I think you were referencing something else in regards to rewarding. What's that?
You're a smart guy. I'm talking about both, but most importantly, it is very rewarding for a client to actually have their funeral planned. It's what I was referring to is 3 to 4 times more rewarding on compensation is paid as a percentage of the death benefit, not the annual premium, as most of us know in the life insurance game.
So that's a nice amount. Who's a perfect agent for this?
Perfect agent is a senior Medicare type of agent who is already meeting with the older clients.
Right.
Or even if you're a seasoned life vet who maybe sometimes you sell a final expense policy or a GUL, IUL type of policy, you can add this into your practice seamlessly.
Yeah, I have to agree. As Brady mentioned, we've only had this program for a very few months, but the agents that I've spoken to that have been tremendously successful with the program are our Medicare agents who have just simply added it as an additional feature or
one
benefit.
extra question.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And as Brady said, the compensation is super rewarding. Listen, I want to reiterate, we put a lot of time and energy in creating this binder. We've got a wealth of marketing material. And Brady, in a relatively short period of time, has become an expert in everything related to Legacy of Love. So make sure you comment on this video that you'd like to receive more information, and Brady can reach out to you and get you whatever you need to get started in this fantastic program.
And we do have leads available. Everybody loves leads.
Everybody loves leads.
Last but not least.
Last
yes,
but not least.
we do have leads for this.
Hallelujah.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, look, that's all the time that we have for today. Thanks for tuning in to our Selling Life and Annuity show, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, everybody.